Is it time to explore the new way that people date?
May shame no before.
Yeah.
For no reason though.
That's true.
As in, actually, akong intention na jud ato kay makik-friends. Pero kisa ba siya makik-friends ko?
I believe in the red string theory because of him.
It really just takes 30 seconds. Yay! Ready na mo?
Ready na, char.
Hi everyone! Welcome again to the Pacaffeine Sturya podcast. Before anything else, I just want to say thank you so much for the love from the last 2 episodes. Thank you po niya. Gihatagan minimog opportunity to give you some entertainment and to give some value po to your life through those episodes because that value is about to be added. Mapunan pa na siya nga value just like a value meal because today I have here 2 of the loveliest ladies that I know. 2 of my classmates, my friends from college. So I think we can start with a little bit of introduction. So let's start with the candidate number 1.
Hi, I'm Glyndyl. You can call me Dill. And I'm Isa's college friend, as what she said in Pulsai. Nice to meet you all.
Hi, my name is Dorothy. Commonly, my nickname is Dorothy or Dot. I'm Isa's college friend as well from Pulsai.
Yay!
Nice to meet you.
Welcome guys to the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks for making time to come sit down and chill and hang out.
Of course.
How do you feel today? How do you feel ending a day? Glyndyl, like what's your situation today?
Actually, I feel nervous because I'm not usually the type to open up about the topic for today, which I'm gonna let you introduce. This I don't really have too many close friends to open up to about vulnerable things, about trying new things. I'm just glad that I'm doing this. I'm doing this podcast with people I'm comfortable with Isa. I really find comfort in the way you host,
Oh,
the way you handle words.
Real.
You make it easy and make it smooth. So I'm looking forward to this podcast.
I'm feeling nervous as well. Kay first time jud ni and then makulbaan ako mabulgar tanan girl as in jud. Pero
Humanda,
all in
charot.
good fun.
all in good fun.
Mm.
We have coffee from one of my favorite coffee shops in Cebu. Good Habit Coffee. Not sponsored, but one of my favorites. So I'm happy nga ma-share na nako with the both of you because we're gonna need some caffeine with what we're gonna discuss. So a little bit of introduction lang. It's just something that I'm curious about, especially after coming back into the world, recovering from like one of the worst breakups of my life. And of course, the question that's hanging over my head is, am I gonna go back into the food web? Is it time to explore the new way that people date, which is dating online or going, am I gonna go back to the apps as the kids like to call it today? Like, wala pa ko sa mental nga state to really go back out there or put myself back out there. I'm just curious what it looks like now. So I guess my first question na lang first before anything. How do we remember the time when we didn't use the apps for dating?
I really didn't experience meeting someone organically or meeting someone at a coffee shop or
What's
ma-fall
all
in
good?
love sa college. Magka-blockmate niya ka nang magtutukay na ba? Then mag-date ba yun? Wala dyan ka-try. As a Swiftie, nag-hope ko ana actually na maka-experience ko ana.
Like, you're in the bleachers dreaming about the day.
Pag high school, wala. Pag college, wala. Sad. I just, wala akong hopeless romantic na ka nang magsuwat-suwat og poem sa akong mga crush.
At-
Akong gi-imagine na jud isa no kay smarter than me or like char.
That's hard.
Pero kanang I've always seen myself as grabe tong serious kanang murag reserved. Gaya ko opposite na ako. Like smart but pina-jock. Klaro kay
Out
pina
Ah.
red flag jud kay ma-jock.
Taylor Swift jud
Kanang
yun.
first sign of a red
Swiftie
flag
jud ka.
jock.
Ikaw, Dot, what do you remember? What was it like for us?
I have dated my friend, so oh wow. To me, it was really so much easier because at first, kay you would already know naman the person and how they act and who they are, but you know at the same time lahi ra jud gihapon when you're together, like all their colors come out. You know, in my experience, it actually just came easily
Yeah, cause
for
yeah.
us, yeah, because we were always somehow together.
yeah, we were always together, like in the same environment, and then we would go
Mm.
to you would go to the same classes with like a certain person nga you would be dating.
Right.
Brought about by circumstance, you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was easier man jud because I regarded him as like a best friend. Like it was very easy to get along with him. It was just a step further from being friends. That's how easily it just came.
Now that we're at this age, how old were you when you decided to try the apps or the app? Well, singular siguro. Grabe ba ng apps? Sorry. Labot ang karang food panda. So, how old were you when you decided nga, you know what, I can try. And what was going on in your life at the time as a woman, nga, muna siya ang mga factors nga naka-decide ka, okay, I'm gonna make a profile.
I remember ko 2019 to start. So tabagay ko sa math. So 2019
Well,
sa
6 years.
21 ko.
21 ka? Oo.
27 man ko ron. So wow, nag-age reveal. Very obvious reason kay boredom. Nagganan ko mo try. Kay wala mo dyan ko kita. Tight-knit kay tapag college. And then wala mo dyan ko kita murag fit or kanang kasi wavelength.
Actually, wala may mas taas ni model.
Actually, besides that, bisa kay ko outgoing person. Pero I'm glad na kanang na nailhanta mo like kan different personalities. I started to get out of my comfort zone. But besides that, kay wala jud ko kitag kanang purag ma-jive na ko. So it was 2019 nag-Tinder ko. Nya ganahan na jud ko maka-try unsay what's up. Nya kanong nasikat ni na
Nga app.
That time jud to.
yeah.
Actually,
Bus
bitaw
in-
nung kasi
actually,
sa
2019 jud
Tinder.
ko start, diba? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, akong intention na jud ato kay makig-friends. Pero kisa pa siya makig-friends dito?
Weh.
Kisa pa siya
Sure
makig-friends,
na.
we. I think, mao to akong tumong because I want deep conversation first. Like, I don't know if that's something you can build in there, like a relationship based on a deep conversation. Pero mao jud akong ganahan. Like, talk first. Ganahan pa mi magkaan ba? Timpla-timpla sa personalities ba? Not two times na kanang murag uninstall, install. Kay murag, kada bitang
I get that.
mawarag kalit. Di ba naman na yung murag,
Murag masumuol,
Oo.
sad.
murag, dili na siya active, na kay mauyunan niya, mawa. Kanang in fairness, masadaghan, masadyog, tarong. Ah, pero dili, pero mawa la jud sila kay,
Wait.
murag, para sa magtumong ka ng fill the void. Ano?
Curious lang, curiosity.
Curiosity.
Ikaw, Dot, what is it like?
Same ni Glyndyl. I actually started after said college because
Mm.
that's when one of my relationships ended.
Yeah.
So kato, I started that because you know like oh I'm single, I should like mingle.
What's there to lose? I'm free anyway.
Yeah, you know that relationship was it didn't end well. So I kind of wanted to somehow build my confidence again. I don't know why nganong ni choose ko dating have to do that. Like what the hell is wrong with me? But I don't know. I felt like oh, he's just not the only guy in the world
Yeah.
that could have a connection with you. So,
Parang ako lang, it's a way of feeling like you're in control of
mm,
your own, like imong own self lang ang murag. I am attractive enough to decide who I want to be with.
oh my
That's
god, you
my
interpreted
gosh,
it
you put
so
it so
well.
Wow.
As in,
Like,
Jud.
because sometimes a relationship will bog you down, and then like their opinion of you becomes your opinion of yourself,
Exactly.
and then you recover your opinion of yourself. So then you go back to the apps and you're like, I can choose because I can.
Exactly.
Look at all these people who are also choosing me back. I can just like, it feels good to just feel like you can do that, even if dili siya mo result into a relationship or into anything.
Exactly.
Just the feeling nga you
Yeah.
can.
It's kind of kanang really more euphoric jud siya kung na ay
Yeah.
makamatch ba like
Yeah. Like,
okay, but you don't
I'm
necessarily
still that
talk to them.
bitch.
Nga labi na
Exactly.
if like kanang murag feeling mo ba out of my league money nya murag
Oh.
murag kuan mo siya swipe right so maybe I have that. Charot.
Yeah,
Makamatch pa dyan,
Validate,
oh.
May
ma-validate.
asim pa. For me, pod, I was on the app a long time ago. The last time I was on the app nga nahimo jud siyang relationship was pag 2017.
Okay ra ni siya.
Okay ra siya,
Okay
di ba?
ra ni
Like,
siya.
karang chill na to siya nga person. Nga, marag, wa kay siya problems. Pero, like, he was just like a very coasting guy. Nga, marag,
I go
no.
with the flow siya.
Oh, it became a relationship because go with the flow siya nga person. At the back of my head, I always knew nga it wasn't like a date to marry type of relationship.
Right. Oh my god. You can really feel
Yeah.
that. No? As in.
Na-feel ko na ako,
Murag
marag,
ra jud kaayo.
coming of age siya nga relationship nga, marag transition siya. It eventually has to end when the next thing happens in my life. So, muna akong impression sa dating through the dating app is never siya mahimong serious because nga na akong experience.
Okay.
And like I know man sad good nga kanang he was on the app for nothing serious po, just
Okay.
waiting for things to happen to him. Just meet girls, match with them, talk to them, see what happens.
Right.
Ingana, very ingana ang iyahang mindset going into it. And also me, na-compare na ko siya going into the next relationship which turned out to be like shit. Pero, which turned out to be like a dumpster fire. Serious siya relationship but like seriously bad. Pero na-compare na ko siya ba nga, okay, if I'm on the app, I'm not serious. If I'm not on the app, I'm serious. Maraging nahimo siyang dichotomy in my head. But these two are in serious long-term relationships coming from the app. And some of our bestest friends also are in the same situation. Nga, lucky sila. They lucked out in the online dating space. And then now they're in like really good places, really good safe relationships with their partners whom we love. So, muna siya akong next na question for you both. How would you compare trying to meet people off the app and on the app? Like, unsa para ninyo ang differences? Do you prefer the natural way of meeting people versus meeting people online?
Sa dating app manggod kay you don't really know if you're putting your authentic self kay all you want to present first is your impressive side or something that's cool.
Murag isell niyo yung
Okay.
self.
Murag feel ako ba
Girl.
kay
So
kana bitong na
true.
kay alter ego nagisell. Like
Ah.
kanang
Kinsa
murag
mo alter
dapat
ego din?
dapat sa char
Si Taylor
Dapat-
Swift.
Taylor Swift. You have to be a cool version of yourself. Nakadang, di ba, you have to expect people na dili kay sila dali ma-attach, dili
Yeah.
sila clingy. You expect people to not wear their hearts on their sleeves. Dapat ning ana sa imong kuan dating na di ka dali
Yeah.
ma-attach na you're just there to make friends or just to go with the flow. Pakulkuler jud ko. Ako nagpa-obvious na kanilig kog mga long paragraphs sa text. Yeah. You're scared that if you actually gonna meet the person, if kan makip up ba na nimo na persona kay you're just hiding behind the
Ah,
screen.
Yeah.
Lahi raman jud di ba na when you're sitting across from the table, makitaan jud mo if like you're being awkward or if
Yeah.
you're just pretending. So, yeah, that was just my worry. I've always wanted that man good Isa and Dot na friends jud first, but I think that was not in the cards for me. Dire ko nag-start. So, I was not really expecting anything, Jud. Sige na kong ingon na, okay, let's see where this thing goes. Pero kada bitaw ma-feel jud mo na murag feel jud kanina ako na person but I have to pretend na di ko tutugan kay basin dali
Di
siya
ka ganun,
go
oh.
away. So,
Hindi
mao
ka
lang
mo
na
come
siya.
off as ka ng kung ano ni siya.
Mao lang na siya. Murag, you have to present yourself as this different person lang. Mao na
Yeah.
ako na-feel na.
Ako'y question, Dil.
Oh.
Okay
Go,
ra?
go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Go.
Okay. Ang na-curious lang ko ba if you've actually tried to, put your actual authentic self in the upside. Like, when you met someone nga, you felt like, oh, I could vibe with him. Kay, did you actually try or did you still put an alter ego or something?
Actually, kanang, dili dayon sa first kanang conversation, like first day dayon na ako sa siya i-vibe if kung ano ba siya like laid back and not dili gani dismissive when I talk about serious stuff. Ana siguro then after mga pila ka 3 days murag ako i-show na I'm actually really like passionate or kanang dili ko murag half-hearted or half-baked when it comes to showing effort.
Layer per layer.
Oh, layer per layer.
Parang ako, walay problem man showing your best sa dating app. Attraction, good, is the first step. And then you have to make decisions along the way. Are you gonna be in a relationship with this person? Like, are you gonna fall in love with this person? And then even in the relationship, kay napakay decisions nga. Unsa ni long term ni siya? Are you gonna meet their family? Are you gonna build like buy a property together?
Uy, kalayo na!
Diba? It's just a way to get to the next step.
Yeah.
Ang imong best nga side is a valid and true nga side sa imo ha. And then you have other layers which are also equally true. Dili siya wrong nga practice for me. Actually, mas mas required siya. Kaya if dili sa taing ana as humans, then dili mo continue ang human race.
True.
Diba? Parang kung dili mo procreate ang mga tao.
Remember noon ko sa giingon sa ko auntie ba nga kana napalit na sila og fruits. Unya ako uncle nangutan na nga sa tindera nga tamis ni. Nya ana akong auntie nga dili lagi na mo ingon og dili ang tindera nga.
Mo
palit ba di ka? Dili na tamis.
May free taste sa mangga ka na wait lang mama.
More it's part of like you selling yourself, di ba?
Yeah.
Like the way they sell their
Yeah.
fruits or their food, their products.
As I've said kato ganina nga it came easy also because ang other party mo initiate or mo duol, whereas sa kung maggamit na taog app you have to do something to reach out to that person kay obviously dili man mo magka match or di
Like
man
make
mo magkastorya.
plans.
Mo scrutinize pa ka kung unsa ka yung interests, like is the quote catchy or something. In real life, it's not like that because as Glyndyl said nga, they would also immediately put themselves forward like you don't know them, Jude, but at least if like online you have kind of an outline kung kinsa na siya on the surface lang. How I did online dating kay I somehow had steps on how to do it. Like first I put my best self forward niya. Maybe after a few weeks kay kanina sad ako i-reveal kanang mag-meet up na and then different na jud baya kung mag-meet up na mo in person because the conversation just flows a bit more naturally than messaging.
Is there a huge difference sa age na to that time and sa age na to karon? Like, is it like a factor nga
Oh,
we were
yeah.
so young in college and then
Oh,
now nga
yeah.
we're a little bit like more mature and then we go into the apps. It's probably not just the online space that factors into the current nga to nga reality. It's probably also because we were so young before.
It's true. Karon lahi na jud kaayo kay we're very careful. Like for me, I'm more or less careful na because of katong na-experience na ko in college. I would scrutinize the person more because obviously we wouldn't want the things that happened in the past to happen again.
Yeah. Would you say nga that's a protective layer for you? Knowing na kay, like, na kay resume yung tanaw? Like, do you feel like a sense of control nga you're able to protect yourself from who you don't want because of the preferences?
Actually, lahi ko kay the moment na I know someone's interest or hobbies niya, kada bitong cool kaayo yung hobbies niya compared to mine na I'm just a homebody na used to indoor stuff, kanang behind the scenes, kanang dili ko adrenaline junkie. Murag, tanan ako siya i-impress na nakoy mga traits na or interest na pwede siya maka-align ako. Like, dili ko para na uban na kanang, uy, kanang lahi man ni siya, uy, basin lahi kay me in the long run. Umuusad siguro ng worry nako, like you've said na it's not bad to put your best foot forward, pero ni ana ko mo pretend ko na uy ganahan sa kog adventure.
Di ba sa kong kag bukid yun?
Ganahan ko mga bukid.
Maghingal ka nito ba? Di man, di ko ganahan.
I want to get dirty. Lahi na pero actually kanang it's not man na I'm not open to that, na I'm willing to compromise or explore what you like. Basta you are also open to mine. Ni ana ko isa. As much as possible ganahan ko na i-show ba na willing ko na mo enter sang world and to explore his interest as long as kanang he gives me time or he gets to know me kay kuan ba ya, lisod ba ako maka feel of comfort sa usa ka person. So like that.
Ang imong willingness to try what they're into, is it a way of exploring other interests through them or a way of knowing them?
Okay.
That's a good
Wow,
question.
thank you for the very good question. Mura siya, it's a way of getting to know more of myself and also that person. Because, diba, in the 26 years I am single, charot, I've always been in this comfort zone. I've always been in this bubble. I've always believed siguro na I've already known myself enough that I'm already very self-aware being alone. There are relationships that you need to build in order for you to actually know more sides of yourself. It's also a way to know them if they're willing to meet the me who's still becoming. I'm willing man sad to strip versions of myself that
Kuya kayong strip.
ganina kay kuan I wanna get dirty ka na naman strip.
ganina ramang ka din.
Lahi ramon
God, from fearless to reputation.
It's a way of knowing myself more. If sakto na ba akong pagkaila sa akong self
Yeah.
or getting to know that person too. We'll get from that point A to point B if kanang mo progress ba ang kuan, if this is gonna be a long-term relationship or not.
Yeah. I'm the same. Nga, I'm willing to try what the other person is into as a way of murag participating in their life. What I realized about myself since ang anak ko, I'm capable of adapting to many different things. Murag capable ko mo learn og bagong nga skill, capable ko mo kanang understand og bagong nga world. Murag you gain something sa imong self. You develop a muscle for adjusting to change. Tungod ing anak ka as a lover.
That's so good.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
I
That's
guess
so profound.
Nagasagay ko revelation.
being that way ba as a lover kay murag ka nang if you're not careful ma-erode imong pinaka-core as a
Right.
person kay murag ma-pour nimo imong self sa world sa pikas. But if you're just intentional lang, which is I should have been intentional, but ganing the good that I take from it is kabaw di ko mukat-un. Ana gani. Yeah. Diha mo na akong i-give sa akong self kay I don't want to kanang walk away with nothing gani. Even within the app diba na kay mga certain interests nga maset, is that a way for you as a woman to protect yourself from what you don't want?
Realistically speaking, Jud, kay, yes, kay, I don't think I'd swipe on like someone's profile if they're into like smoking, drinking. Well, changed person. It was just not something I was into anymore. But at the same time, if they do have hobbies that I'm interested in doing and I haven't done before, then I would love to delve into that and try it. Sad kay obviously kanang ganahan man sa jud ta mo learn and having someone with a different perspective towards life, different hobbies would
Yeah.
really help
Rounds you
with
out
it. Yeah.
as a person.
Mm.
Question that I should have asked from the start. How does it work? From the very start, like setting up your profile and then
Pwede ka try?
try ko Tinder. But
Ah.
Tinder is so different. Tinder
Ah.
is so different.
Yeah.
If you were ever on Tinder before the
different
pandemic,
animal.
it's a completely different time in this world. Tinder before the pandemic is the animal kingdom. Like mating season getting what a getting mating call very
Kanaring ka na
very that kay unsa ra gud ato mabo
running on primal instinct.
Primal instinct.
Girl. As in.
not Gio yung Tinder. Kay kuan ba ang Tinder ka lang unsa rin mabuhat nimo sa Tinder yun picture mga 10 ka buok yan nakay bio and then nakay name na age nimo that's it maura na imong Tinder nga card imong mabuhat ra if you want something serious out of Tinder is imong i-vary ang imong photo so like imong first na picture is like your prettiest picture and then paano like ID mo siya ID mo siya sa Tinder and then sa second ni mga picture kay na kay adventure nga photo kay para ipakita nga adventurous ka nga person so like you hike with me ganon.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, since we're on the topic of pictures. Ano yung picture ba kay mga Snapchat ro?
Before
Iro-iro dahil. Katong na ay mga Christmas tree.
imong pinaka-fun nga picture kay katong kana Snapchat nimo nga picture nga kanang na kay flower crown. Huy, makagwapa
Kay na filter.
oh, makagwapa
Makagwapa
kaya to
siya.
nga filter kanang flower crown sa Snapchat.
More flashbacks.
Diba? Mura na yung mga buhat sa Tinder. Super limited.
Actually, nag-spend kong time, Jude, to
my
create a
God.
cool bio.
Del, I appreciate you so
Uy,
much.
kaya actually, maura may reason po na kuan sila, mo swipe right sila kayo they engage with my bio. Kanang nawintihan sila sa akong bio.
Kasi
Mao
ba
na-
yun mo?
Slay.
Secret. Marag SPG siya. Mao bitaw na. Bati jud ako pagkuan kay murag ma-change imong persona kay murag na kay alter ego na dili man jud kani ani sa kuan
okay.
in real
Oh,
life. I was very much careful na murag ma-preserve gani akong identity na di ko magpa-thirst trap kay dili man ako personality.
Yeah.
So ako magpakita gapon ko na murag ako'y pagka-demure sa akong mga pictures.
Pero sa Bumble, it's completely different, diba? Like, mura siya,
Resume
resume
din.
dyan siya, diba? Like,
As
kay picture and then ay mga, like, about yourself and then after, kay picture na po, diba? Pero sa uban dating app, pwede ra, ang pick aside ang mo chat and then sometimes they're so
Primal
stupid.
instinct lagi, girl.
Akong na-try raman jud Tinder and Bumble. Sa Bumble kay dapat mo initiate una ang babay. Nya, wa ko kabaon sa ilang purpose kay napadyoy time limit kanang when maka reply ang lalaki. So
I
if
forgot about
I think 24 hours from
Oh, yeah,
siguro.
yeah,
ba?
yeah.
Kung
Oo.
ma-expire ang 24 hours, usa mura bitaw kag ma-feel like if di ka replyan like hala bati din ako nang no kaya wala gid sila ning tanggad sa akong chat. It's more empowering sa woman to make the first move because I
Yeah.
never really had a problem with that. If ganahan jud kay ka sa guy, why not? Sad lang if dili jud sila mo reply kay more di ka ma-validate sa imong na feel. Mas ganahan ko sa Tinder actually kay mas straightforward siya niya.
Wow, really?
Yeah, not like Bumble na diba? Like what you've
Scary.
said, resume.
Scary man di ka.
Sa Bumble kay mura na bag everything's laid out for you. Like, do you smoke? No.
Yeah.
Religion, height, weight. Murag usa pa ba to mga mas small talk dili kung naana tanan na reveal sa profile. So, mas ganahan ko sa Tinder
okay.
actually.
Engaging for you, having like a limited view lang and then
mystery.
getting
May
to know the
mystery.
person.
Yeah.
I think akong pinaka-problem lang sa Tinder is just the environment.
Couldn't agree more.
I'm so sorry.
Pero actually, masarong ang sa Bumble lang. Ng mga tao,
Gani, like,
actually.
para nako lang yun sa akong observation lang habo sinawayon ko. Pero para nako lang sa akong observation ug sa akong experience. Like, I feel like each app has its own vibe.
Yeah.
Murag, it's not even the people that are there, but like, people go to a certain app for a certain vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel like people go to Tinder for a more straightforward nga situation, which is like ing ana. And I feel like people go to Bumble for to build something more long term. Sa akong observation lang na siya, knowing most of the people that I know that are currently in long term relationships are out of Bumble. Very rare ko nakadungog og Tinder success.
Actually, I didn't last long jud on Tinder, and I didn't meet anyone from Tinder jud. Kay, sorry Dil. Bumble was so much more comfortable jud. In Tinder kay, ambot lang, murag, they can't carry, sorry ha, pero
Ano ko
they
pasabot
really
like
can't carry
hi.
a conversation. I switched to Bumble, and I had like 2 long-term relationships out of Bumble. So, kanang makaingon jud ko nga, naa-joy mga tarong nga tao.
Dili ka bothered by the like resume style situations of sa Bumble.
Yeah, actually, I definitely prefer it
Yeah.
over something so short as
Yeah.
seen on Tinder. And also the fact nga I can initiate kay even if ma-swipe na ko, niya ma-match, kay pwede gyapon ko mo-initiate. Especially if, you know, in the end, kay mga primal instinct people ready ay gihapon.
Yeah. The more steps nga involved kay the slower the process, so you get to think about it more. Is it really what I want? Is it
Mhm.
really something I interested ko? The slower the process, the more valuable it is for you. Is it like that?
Also because ako'y, oh hey, do you like this? Because inana, and then it just flows from there. So,
What are the preferences that you can set in Bumble? Murag, unsa siya ka-specific? So, we have like height, weight, religion, diba?
Religion.
Smoking,
Politics.
drinking.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
conservative ba ka?
Yeah.
Liberal.
Oh,
And
wow.
then
Yeah.
pets, hobbies,
Oh!
interests like reading music, if
Yeah, fun
partying.
facts. Ano.
Fun facts.
Ah.
Actually, you can even put like 3 kabuok fun
Yeah,
facts.
murag 3 truths and a lie. Murag ano.
Okay. So like you
Mga
get
ganun.
na pero pwede ra sad wala. Like ikaw bahala
Yeah,
what
ikaw
makes your
bahala.
profile fun. Mo ba? What is your pinaka-important nga highlight about yourself out of all those things nga we mentioned? Like example, someone's looking at your profile. What's the one thing that you want them to focus on? Is it like the pets? Is it the politics? Is it the religion? Like what is top 3 na lang pinaka-important for you?
First, nako, height. Ganan siya kung taller ang guy.
Sorry, Del, pero for reference, unsa imong height? Para
5'7"
understand
ko.
sila.
5'7" ko. And then,
5'7" si Glyndyl on like
Mm.
flats.
Slippers.
yeah, ako dyan
On
nag-specify. Ako dyan nag-specify niya. Moingon sila na, taasan ni mo, uy. 5'5" raman ko or like ni Ana.
Next, number 2, ang
Char.
politics. Ang
Dili na siya
politics na
physical.
lang.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dili man kumbukuan na you support this kind of politician because of his platforms, but I just don't want someone na loyalist gani. I hope now we focus on the platforms or the principles, not only or not merely on the personality. Murag lahi kanang dili ko niingon na I don't want TDS kay hater jud kay kung Duterte. It's just that the principles, the platforms, murag it reflects na the principles and values that you stand up for. Yeah, para nako jud like politics personal siya to a point. Yeah, it matters to me. Yeah, pulse size at no.
That's true. Di parang
So, dapat to
ako,
matter.
parang ako, ang politics a person is personal to me as a woman. Murag ko
Yeah.
siya, kanang protective good na siya nga layer for me.
Yeah.
If dili ta the same og political views, then I will be afraid for my safety at some point. Like if ing ana imong imong views with these same people and I know how they think about women, you probably also think about women in the same way subconsciously, and liking them validates the way you think about women. So at some point in the relationship, it's going to come up. It's going to come up. Your ego is going to come up at some point in the relationship. So I'm going to pay for that. More like I'm going to pay for ignoring that.
But what if a political sila is?
Like
What do you think?
for me, if a political siya at the start, like at meeting me, as long as they're willing to listen to me, then I can go to the next date.
Mm.
But if I feel nga they're never going to take a stand at some point, a political stance, a political view is not, it doesn't have to be researched, if that makes sense. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to come with a glossary. If present lang ka sa world, nga, mo participate ka sa world in a way nga, I know what can make this better for me and for others, then that's a political view. We don't need these big words. We do need that from professionals or from other people nga nag-participate na nga space. Like, that can help us. But it's not a requirement for us to be able to participate in the discussion. Murag, your lived experience as a person lang participating with open eyes inigawas nimo sa imong balay. That's basis enough. That's evidence enough for what you stand for. You want a man that's dependable sad anang aspect. If not political exactly, then spiritual. There's many different ways to source how principled a person can be, and that's going to affect not just you but like your children and their children and their children.
It just shows that you're not detached from reality,
Kana.
Gani.
Yeah.
If you really care about the environment that your children grows in
Mm-mm.
or that is going to be a part of, you always have to speak up for their needs.
Yeah. If you're going to be my partner, you have to recognize nga I'm a disenfranchised person in the society just because I'm a woman. So you
Yeah.
have to be able to support me on that level. If di ka support na ko ana, then I can do that myself, and so many other women around me are doing that with me for themselves and for each other. If di ka ka-add og layer of protection to someone like me nga naturally in a difficult position in society, then murag what use is your presence in my life if it's not a protective nga presence for me? Huy, it became deep. We're from coffee to red horse. Ikaw, Dot, like, how do you feel about that whole space? Back to you lang sa imong question. Like, what if apolitical siya?
Like, I think you guys took the words out of my mouth, Jud. I feel like important jud siya. Ako, I grew up in a family nga murag always stand. Like, to share lang ha, my tito was actually imprisoned sa
Mm.
Marcos nga.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gosh, karon pa ko
I
nito.
was today years old.
2 years
son.
old. Most of my uncles are kind of politically inclined in
Mm.
some way. Unya, I grew up with that. I grew up with a father who also had political views, and
Mm-mm.
it's important to me, Jude, nga someone who will eventually lead me and my children. Having a stand easily comes from your principles as a person lang, Jude. Kay for me, I grew up like looking at people na who are less fortunate, and then I was able to help them. If you take a stand, you also take a stand for them in some
Yeah.
way. Like,
It's
taking
never
a-
just about you.
yeah, exactly. It always branches out to those who can't speak for themselves.
That's true. Yeah.
So when I look at someone's profile, kay ang akong tanawon if funny ba ilang kanang quote nila or not. My boyfriend's quote was about kanang uy na mi kurente. We met pag udat manggod, so hala funny lang yun.
Okay.
It's so unhinged.
Yeah.
And then that's just my type of humor. So for me, kana. And then another one I think would be I look into kato their political stand.
Mm.
If they put it on the on the resume, let's just call it that.
Yeah.
And then their interests. Like to me, that's important. Kay ako di na jud ko mo kanang mag-party-party ba niya. Sometimes,
Yeah.
naaman dre mga tao who have it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Not any, it's not something to hate, man. It's just like not,
Not where you are in life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oy,
Not a
napad ko na
preference of
remember
mine.
is smoking. Note
Ah,
smoking.
kana, yeah.
Kana day.
Change
Yes.
people.
Same ta, dapat ang quote kay funny,
Mm.
kay para nako, if dili nako siya ka humor, then dili, it will not get
As in
anywhere. Personal jud kay na siya for me because ang love language sa kong dad and sa kong family is to make each other laugh.
Oh.
Yeah. So murag it comes naturally to
Mm.
us with like our friends, like when we go out to other spaces, murag we carry that with us.
We're always laughing, Jud. As
Yeah. Another siguro nga important sa ako is, you know how some people are doctors, lawyers, accountants, but then you see them performing for family just for the joy of kanang singing or for the joy of playing music or artist siya. There's this quote nga akong nakitaan somewhere sa internet. If balanced lang ang society in terms sa classes, then we would all be artists. If we didn't have to work for money to survive, then we would all be painting, we would all be dancing, we would all be making music. Para nako, maora sa gyud ang point of existing is to just experience that level of joy of just creating for the sake of the joy that you get because you're doing what you love. The pursuit of experiences ngayong ana is so important and central to my life, and I want to be able to share that with someone who's also like that. Wala siya for.
Wow.
Like, more than
Uy, very deep.
Taking it off the app, unsa ang the thing that made it successful sa inyong mga relationships?
Actually, this came from him, not me. But I think one factor na it was a success story was certainty. Because
Wow.
in the first date, niingon akong boyfriend na, sure na jud daw siya na ako, assurance, mao jud na siya.
Sana all.
Because actually girls, it's not about the truth. It's about how he makes you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that, vibe or tone of a guy where you feel like he's not really gonna be sure of you. Ma-feel dyan na ninyo sa tone.
As
Even
in,
if moingon ka na, let's see where this goes or let's take it slow.
Mm.
Ma-feeler na nimo if willing siya mo commit to wait. Para na ko manggod, it's really true that guys are initiators and we women are reciprocators.
That's
So,
true.
yeah. Mao na siya, certainty para nako na success siya.
slay. When we met Manggod initially, I wasn't looking for anything.
Mm.
Just, someone to talk to and get my mind off things.
Uh-huh.
Pero, like what Glyndyl said, Manggod mo initiate, jud siya.
Mm.
Regardless if mo dili ko, kay he'd find another time
Yeah.
to, to schedule a date or something. Like, oh, do you want to hang out this? If you're busy, kay you can just message me and
Mm.
Ko feels ko nga hala, no?
Yeah.
Self-sabotage ba ka, Dot? Nga na magutan nung sa high mo,
Unsa man?
self-sabotage ta ba? So, if mo push gapon siya, bising sige kag push away, kay murag, nindot yun siya
Yeah.
chance.
Yes, girl. Actually, that's exactly what happened. Kay I always told him nga, oh, you're not gonna get anything from this because I'm not looking for anything yet.
Mm.
I told him nga I still have baggage that I want to heal from,
Yeah.
and there's so much I'm carrying that could affect our relationship in the long run if ever we have
Mm.
one.
Yeah.
I did self-sabotage, sad. I felt like nga I had to self-sabotage to save myself from the hurt if ever he was going to leave.
Yeah.
So,
Right, it's just your natural reaction to protecting yourself from what
Mm.
you went through before.
yeah, crazy, no? I don't know why it's like that, but
No,
it really is
100%
like that.
hurt. Like I know what that means.
diba? So maybe it's the very, very toxic trait that, we have to heal from eventually. But akong boyfriend, he really pursued me. That's the only way I can put it, Jude.
Yeah.
No matter how hard I was being, he really like took the time to know me,
Mm.
and even after everything that
Mm.
he knew about me, he still loved me.
Like he let you take your time also.
Like that's the
Aww.
most number one factor jud ana nga nung kuan siya nga nung successful that we've been together for 3 years is the way he pursued me, pushed me to heal myself.
Yeah.
Because it's not you have to be healed to be with someone, even
Yeah,
if we feel that
true.
way sometimes. Kay,
Yeah.
sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm hurting them too much.
Yeah. Murag
And
maikog ka.
yeah,
Yeah.
he taught me nga, oh, maybe there's some good in me left nga
Mm.
I can
Aw.
find and nurture
Yeah.
para I can be with him. It's really not an easy thing.
Mm.
Just so you can heal. It's not nga it's rainbows and butterflies. Healing
Yeah.
is
Ugly.
brutal.
You lucked out. You really lucked out. Okay, not all partners who are murag receiving gani a partner who came from very crazy things are that way. Sometimes a lot of very ill-meaning people will take advantage of your vulnerability.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Like
I'm so happy for you.
yeah.
Now you found someone taller than you. Nga.
Oh, she's not taller than me.
You found someone who understands you.
Yeah. I've met both their partners and they seem very like calm, chill guys. Steady. Well, that's my impression. If you feel like there's someone you can really lean on or secure mo na may assurance and then you can heal, that's also the energy that they give off after like just me meeting them for the first time. So I completely believe
Oh, that's a good thing
when
to
you
hear
say
from
Thank
from
you,
another
Lucky.
person.
ano man sila, maka-feel ko nga introverted sila
Yeah.
and then kanang
Oh, yeah.
yeah, both of them good like 'cause they have that in common. I'm glad and relieved nga you both ended up in safe spaces like that.
Aww. It's been
Good sa good pag college, para na ko lang, like, I think we were all different levels of yearning. Like, most of us were very young, sad with the way we were yearning. I think ang other side sa classroom was young in a way nga, innocent, nga kanang hopeless romantic nga, I wish it was like this. But me was more of like young, crazy, and reckless. Murag, I don't care. The root of it all, kay we're all just yearning. I'm happy nga. Nga na ang inyong situation currently. Do you miss the traditional way that people would date? Or does it not matter because you're in a safe space anyway?
murag mix ko ana na part na I wished we met me and my partner in different circumstances the traditional way. We didn't come from deep friendship or long term na like barkada. It's hard for us to understand each other, figure things out, meet halfway because we have not seen ourselves in different phases of our life, in the different stages of our life. Mura bitaw nag-slow burn.
Yeah.
Na
Slow
kanang,
burn romance nga
Oh
Oh
sa
my
my
god,
very
you're
gradual.
so
Ganun.
romantic.
nasa
Jude.
page 300 pa mag-kiss.
when you start chatting on a dating app, there are expectations na you want it to be successful. Ako siya nag-pop sa question actually. Ni ana ko na, unsa man ta?
Slay
man ta?
queen.
Ang friends siya ako to ani.
Yeah.
Kanang please, let's
Let's
decide
vote
na
in.
quickly. But seeing how it is running now, how things appear now, it turned out to be not the type of person that I've actually expected sa dating apps na
Mm.
jerk. Charot.
Yeah.
asshole and will
Yeah.
just leave you hanging, will
Mm-mm.
ghost you. He actually pursued me too.
On the question if whether or not it would like be the same or
Mhm.
different if we met in person or just through the app. Okay, the funny thing is I believe in the red string theory because of him. Okay,
Oh.
we were in the same class when we were kids.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, it was my birthday sa classroom. I think I was like 5 or 6. And then naa siya dito, nagtanaw siya sa cake. Like,
Wala ko cute
Whoa.
on ito to.
like mangumusta lang ko nga, oh hey, we have the same school and like it's already a shared interest. But
Mm.
I feel like even if we didn't meet on the app, maybe somehow the universe would conspire to.
Do I miss the traditional environment or do I miss the dating app environment? I don't miss dating. Period. It's so jud kay siya for me. I wish people understood it more. But coming from what I uniquely experienced, like being with someone who was dishonest from the start, ma-erode ang kanaganing blissful innocence that you need to be able to even want a relationship. It's one thing to recover from heartbreak and it's another thing to recover your actual reality. It's a safety issue whether I put myself back out there or not. Like parang ako dili gid ko makasustain og attraction if wala na siya. If wala na siya nga romanticism, then wala ang kilig. If wala ang kilig, then I will never get to the second date. I will never get to the third date. It will feel like a chore for me.
Love will always be there. Pero imuhang sense of safety,
Yeah.
imuhang sanity, most of all,
Yeah.
imuhang emotional stability is more
More
important
ka-feel
than
ka
that.
is na you're still finding yourself. Lost pa ka.
Ang pinaka-core nako, the person nga kaila ninyo from before is
Mm.
back.
Okay.
But the person that I'm going to be now that I'm like 27 and then we're all like adults now and kana pa, i-build pa na siya. I want to hear your final thoughts for people like me nga are on the fence gani, should I go on the app, should I not?
It's actually your preference if you want to really do it the traditional way or you want to experience the dating app. But as for me, explore your options as long as you're single. Well, you might think it's safer the traditional way, but it might just be your comfort zone or your own bubble dictating you that you should go the safer way. But what if your happy ending it's for you, but it has to go through the unconventional way or untraditional way. So
That's good.
just don't
That's true, no?
just don't be afraid to
Yeah.
explore your options because single bitaw ka and you're exploring and
Sige, pamukha nila din.
yeah. There's power in singleness.
Yeah, you have choice.
You have choice.
It really just takes 30 seconds of courage to make that resume. make
Resume.
For this a work.
It really just takes 30 seconds of courage. It takes a minute to swipe through your preferences and maybe you'll find something you like. Adding from what Glyndyl said, Kai, it's not something taboo anymore. Because maybe
Yes.
before, sa una, it's kind of like, oh, ka-weird. ano
Na-shame
niya,
no
oy.
before.
Yeah.
For no reason, though.
That's
As in,
true.
It's not shameful to, again, choose an unconventional way of meeting other people. If you also like the conventional way, good for you. If you have a group of people you can meet on a day-to-day basis, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
But maybe you're not lucky enough to have that. So, and maybe you actually want someone to spend time with. So,
Yeah.
just go for it. It takes 30 seconds.
Sometimes, no, any app is a dating app if you're brave enough.
Oh
Kitawa
my
na sa
God.
Tumblr. Nakoy nakitaan nga kanang naminyo sila, members sila og homebodies. Kamo, o ko na sa Facebook group ba kanang about sa kanang guys asa ta mo palit og aircon kanang
Oh my God.
Oh, members sila og home
Cute.
buddies. Run clubs is the
Oh,
new way
yeah,
to meet
yeah, yeah.
people.
Yeah, Strava daw.
Strava is the new dating app. Kudos. If you're like brave enough, LinkedIn, go.
CEO.
See, you know what we're trying to say, nga, murag, I think maybe technology is just another space lang.
Yeah.
It's not unconventional. It's just a new way of existing somewhere. It's if we all exist mentally in that space, then it counts as a physical space. So shoot your shot.
It's
Go.
meant to connect us man sa jud ang technology.
Yes, actually.
So use it.
Yeah. Just be respectful, don't be creepy, and
Don't rely on primitive instinct.
don't rely on primitive instinct. And be safe, po. Be safe. Kana. Thank you so much for watching our little episode. And if you like this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. I can't believe I'm saying those words because it's so weird for me.
Like
First time
and
na ako mag-content
subscribe.
creator.
Charot.
Podcast. I just want to say thank you to these lovely ladies.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
For making time for the podcast, for sharing your thoughts. Women always multiply. So this is our way of, I think, multiplying what we've received from the universe. Speaking of what we've received, Mike, ikaw mo segue. These blankets are for you.
You're so complete.
Yeah.
So
There.
soft.
It's my little thank you way of saying thank you for sharing your time with me.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Is.
Isa.
Thank you,
Yay.
Pacaffeine, Sturya.
We invite you to share with us your thoughts on whether dating apps are helping us or hurting us, and maybe if you have an interesting story about your time in the apps, then we would love to hear about that in the comments. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. Have a great day
Bye.
ahead. Be safe and swipe right on yourself.
We're gonna go.
Swipe right on yourself.